MLB The Show is reaching the end of season 1 via the XP reward path, and probably the collection, even though that's probably not going away anytime soon, so we don't necessarily have to worry about that so much. But there was an interesting thing that another creator, Daddy Demo, yeah, probably heard of him, asked questions about where the general population was the last couple days over on Twitter. So I wanted to sort of talk about where we are, and using sort of me as somebody who's kind of in the middle of gameplay, and sort of thinking, did SDS make a mistake in how they sort of operated this season? Let's break down the numbers and sort of use your boy here as an example. Sound good? Let's get into it. So here was the first question here. He did two. First one is talking about the XP reward path, where it's asking in the XP reward path for the Rollins Walker first boss at 1 million. Where are you? 20% so they're at the low end, so the first 250 to 500k. Majority of people are over 500k, between 500k and 750k. This is where I'm at. I'm at 660k. Or actually, we'll just say 670, 675. 751 to 1 million, 25%, and over 1 million, 22%. So, sort of breaking down this one first. I think this one's a little bit evenly more distributed. I think this is truthfully basically 2/3, honestly, are in this range. So, I don't necessarily know what that's going to be. It could be. I'm sort of at the latter end of this. Like I said, I'm about 100k away from being kind of like the back end of this. So that's interesting here. Here's, like I said, this is sort of everything. And the biggest, and mind you, I'm going into this with the impression that we're going to have double XP because it's Memorial Day weekend this week in the United States. So more than likely, you're going to see double XP from Friday to Tuesday morning. I'm guessing. I could be very, very wrong, and they did not do it because the season. I don't know. Then that means there realistically be 3 out of 4 weeks that would have double XP. I don't know. Truthfully, I could care less. I think at this point, let's just give it to them. Make sure everyone gets what they're wanting. But this is where I'm at. I haven't gotten any of the bosses yet. I'm a little over halfway. Right. That's where we're going before we can get these guys who aren't sellable. We all know this. We're aware they're not sellable. But again, my best guess is we're going to see a lot of double XP the next couple times just because they want it. My internet. I've had a PlayStation. Side tangent. I've had a PlayStation for 4 years. I've had this PS5 for a couple months. MLB The Show I've had the worst gaming experience with MLB servers. It's not even funny. It'll kick me for random reasons. It's ridiculous. Everyone says, well, maybe it's your thing. I was hardwired. I was still having these problems. Trust me, my PC is hardwired. It doesn't drop anything. I don't know what it is, but I digress. Back to the original thing at hand here. I don't know. I've been saying since last year, I wish they did more than gameplay XP. I wish they gave small chunks for completing programs, kind of like they did. I don't know why they did this. My best guess is they're trying to limit people who play this game a lot from jumping so far ahead because of how they want to regulate it. But at the end of the day, truthfully, here's my solution to this for next season. If this thing, maybe I'll make a short of this, who knows, and I'll put it up on its own. I think the best way to moderate and prevent this from happening and kind of like gatekeeping in terms of dailies, why don't you release the program in chunks? And the reason why I'm saying release it in chunks is because then you do it for ranked, right? You do it for ranked where you sort of have this like back-ended sort of thing you can do with the rewards farm. Why not do that here? You break it up into these little chunks so it's not this, elongated thing that you can only do in 15 to 40, what the high end's 45k gameplay experience a day in those little chunks. Why not do it do it in like 100k chunks for every so many weeks or whatever. So it's like 100, it's 200, it's 300, it's 400, etc., in that 90 days or something. So you're not limiting people. All they're just like, oh, well, you grinded. Like how every other game is. No other game limits gameplay like this. If you hit the end of it, you hit the end of it. There's nothing you can do. You got to wait for that new set of things to come out. Every other game has that aspect of once you hit the end of the program, you hit the end of the program. Guess what? Your content's done for a week. Wait till next week. That's how every other game I play operates. It's never operated in a way of gatekeeping XP. It's like you can keep playing the game. All the fresh stuff is done, but if you haven't finished them, hey, go back and do that. I don't know why they don't do that. Truthfully, it baffles me that they just don't do something like that and just let programs sort of expire. But again, I digress. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is just to talk about where everyone's at. And that's it. And again, most people, as you can see here, let's take a look at it again, are about where I'm at between 501 and 750. 750 basically. So basically, we can right before house a year. Is that a problem? I don't know. I made the point before, and I said it before, that I think you're going to see, it wouldn't shock me if a lot of people didn't get to a boss, but I think they're going to try to prevent it. And mind you, look at how many people voted on this. This is 16K voted on this. So this is and mind you, this doesn't surprise me that the majority of people are here. The short answer is the majority of people here are probably my age, late 20s, early 30s. Probably, they're working 9 to 5s or some sort of thing, whether it's at home or in an office where they're getting home relatively late. I game with people like this where they get home from work, they want to spend time with their wife, their girlfriend, their kids, their dog, eat dinner, watch a little TV together, and then maybe at like 8, 9 o'clock, maybe you get a couple hours to do it. So this doesn't surprise me that this is where we're at with 2 weeks ago, strictly because of what I said. How many people don't really get to play it, or if they get to play it, it's on a weekend when they have a little bit more time, and even then it's only for a handful of hours, because funny enough, there are plenty of games to play out there that are not able to show. Diablo 4 has got a new season, Fallout got a revamp, still people playing that. You got some other, I mean, The Witcher's on sale, people are probably playing The Witcher again. There's Warzone, there's all this other stuff that's competing for your time. This makes sense. Unequivocally makes sense. But that's only part one of this. Let's talk about the second one. This is for the collection. I think this one's a little bit different, to be told, honestly. The reason why I think this is a little bit different is, well, let me get to it, but let's break down what we got here. So this one had almost 20k votes, and the majority of people, 85.9% of people, haven't gotten one Season 1 collection card yet. And the pack here being... and he also made the point of, like, if you're 10 away, you can just jump up. So, and the first pack here is 200, what is it? It's 280 cards. I basically I'm going to show you mine in a second here, and I've collected all of them, and I'm at strictly 200. So let's show you this. So I'm at 200, but I haven't really delved into Season 3 yet. I have one card from Season 3, Team Affinity, and it's, Jim Tomey. When it comes, I'm going to be real. I've also had problems with. I had problems last year with Season 1, where it felt like I didn't really get the card for a while, and then when I got going back and kind of getting stuff just to collect, it kind of fixed the issue. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a new Garrett Cole that dropped not like 30 minutes ago. He's there. But ultimately, I'm sort of wondering here, and I've had this thought, not for a while, but when I saw the question is, I wonder if this means people aren't playing what people think they're playing. And what I mean by people aren't playing what I think they're playing is, I don't think people are playing events to get, like, this Tyler Rogers. Is he expensive? No. People aren't playing ranked or picking up Randy. People aren't buying these packs. People aren't doing... Like I said, I think a lot of people aren't necessarily playing BR. They're not buying chase packs or doing a lot of pretty much anything. And I don't necessarily, I'm not saying that's like a negative, but the question I'm raising, and where my sort of like eyebrow is raising, is I think that leads to the thing of people aren't just buying packs. It's kind of that simple. Now, is that a bad thing? Well, no, because you shouldn't be buying packs. But it leads to the thing of if most people are somewhere, let's say, between 200 and 280, you're going to get, if you're at 200 without doing Team Affinity at this point, then you're only going to get up to Loot Brock. Now, granted, if we back out all the way here, there is this rewind program. There's, what is it? What do they call it? Hold on. I got to get back to the home screen here. Let's go to home. Let's see here. So we got the moonshot. So coming this, here, let's turn the camera off again. Coming up this Friday, we have the season 9. So we got another reward drop. Will give us like another 7 cards. What did it say? Ranked program update, moonshot event, and season 1 collection update. And I want to say they even made a comment about some sort of program somewhere where it said like recap or something. I have to look back at my old video, but I think they mentioned something, a program. I could be wrong. And for everyone asking, and I know I've noted this prior, and I might have to go back and just do something. I might do a video on it separately. But the thing I want to point out here is everyone's talking about the lack of programs. So outside of the season awards, we've had a starter program, the Easter program. There's 3 here, 4. We've had 5 programs. And everyone's talking about the lack of, the lack of programs and stuff, which I do agree. I do think they should have done more here. There's small things they could have done to help increase this. One of them being, I think, in terms of Team Affinity, this is a personal preference, but because I don't mind. Okay, let me start off with saying this. I don't mind the free premium packs. I think the fact that it's pack 1 and pack 2 is absolutely absurd. I think that's kind of ridiculous. But the one thing I do wish they did, and I know it would mean probably getting rid of this, I kind of wish that here at the 1500 mark, they had a henchman pack, like a free 97, so that in this you're getting 60 non-sellables. And I know these are also no-sell, so you're not, I don't know. But I kind of wish they had henchmen to kind of help you along the way, because at this point we're playing for this vault pack, and you can kind of, take that or let it go. But I kind of wish there were henchmen along the way. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of these stupid free packs. These unlockables, I don't care about. I think they should just give you one. You can get it. Personally, I think a lot of these free show packs are fodder. I'd rather get something more of value. But that's part of the problem. And again, are they going to look back at the data and see that, hey, 90% of people didn't get a collection 1 card, and we don't necessarily know how far away they were, but let's say they know, and people who aren't spending are around 230 cards, right? Are they going to change something? Maybe. I don't know, because the funny part is, it's like the game necessarily, and this is going to be a very hard pill to swallow, and I apologize. The game's not necessarily built for free-to-play players. And the reason being is whales have to make the game kind of go round. And when I mean whales make the game go round, I ultimately mean, what I mean by that is, if whales buy the packs, and whales buy the stubs, and whales finish collections, it ultimately gives them, devs, more money, putting in quotes, to do other things to sort of keep things going. So personally, that's probably why you're seeing things the way they are, is the small percentage who are whales. I don't know how many that is. It could be creators, it could be guys who have no other responsibilities, so a lot of their money goes to games. But I know, again, I've said this before, and I'm keep saying, if you treat this game like a gacha game, it makes sense why it is the way it is. And is it unfortunate? Yeah. And I don't know what the data is necessarily going to be when these devs see it. Are they going to be disappointed? Are they going to have to roll back things? So that they're going to be doing it now. And I think you're going to see it. Somebody made the point that it seems like they're listening because I added a couple more things to it. But ultimately, when I'm going to sort of make this point. I mean, look at Garrett Cole. There's Garrett Cole, because this is going to go up as soon as I edit it. It's a good card. It's a good Garrett Cole. I think Garrett Cole's it's not a bad card. I mean, look at that, 98. He's going to strike people out. He's got good control, decent break. The problem is going to be these season award cards. These I mean, this last year, these captain cards, but these, you know, home stretch packs, these specialty packs where good cards are in there, and you're doing all that, and it's just it's more of a why are you doing this? But again, I get it, because this right here makes the money. This right here pays the bills. It's what allows them to go get more and more guys. But I mean, hey, with this pack, you can get some 97s at a pretty cheap price. And ultimately, like I said, are they going to be any changes in the next season? God, I hope so. But we'll find out as we go along here. So that's that. I just sort of wanted to break down the numbers that the community gave to another streamer. I don't think he's necessarily going to talk about it. I think it was more of like collective researching. But I wanted to at least talk about it because I thought it was interesting. And we're reaching the end of it. And I think the game's not in a good spot. And every time I criticize SDS, I get a banger of a video. So I like it. But I'm trying to be as blunt, as honest as I can be in this, as the perspective of somebody who does play free to play, and sort of where apparently everybody else is too. So let me know down below. Are you happy with how season 1 is done? Do you think they should make changes, and what those changes are? Let me know down below. Leave a like, subscribe if you like the stuff. Dislike, you dislike it. My name's Specs. I'll see you guys all in the next one.